Hello， 大家好，又係我 Francis。咁喺上年咧 ，RaceChip 嘅德國總部咧，為其中一部嘅 show car， 即係近排大熱嘅 M2 Competition， 做咗一個專用嘅 program。我哋而家去睇下由落馬力機啦，去到 tuning 啦，同埋去到出街試車嘅過程啦，同埋大家都會好關注嘅 Dyno 圖都會包含喺入面嘅。一副本身適合嗌高轉嘅引擎，因為 ECU 嘅 setting 咧限制住個 Power band 去到5000轉左右。咁究竟釋放翻被保留起嘅動力輸出之後，個分別會有幾大呢？我哋即刻交翻俾德國嗰邊嘅同事。
Okay, so stock dyno run is complete. The car slightly overperformed. We got 422 horsepower and 548 Newton meters of torque.
As you can see here, we basically had no correction factors. You can see that the boost curves are pretty good, as the boost is peaking at around 5,200 RPM, and after that it drops down. Yeah, it looks like it is a software restriction, but I'm pretty sure we can get some really good numbers out of that engine. So after several development sessions, we finished the final product for our M2 competition. I drove the car already for a few weeks on the street. With that setup, it feels absolutely amazing. For the installation, we are connecting to 3 different sensors: intake pressure, turbo boost, and camshaft. Installation is still pretty easy. You need like 10 to 15 minutes max. So I would say let's check out what the car will put on the dyno. So we finished the final dyno runs of our BMW M2 competition and managed to get 502 horsepower and 632 Newton meters of torque. And keep in mind, this is the Euro version and OPFs are still installed. I'm pretty sure we can get a little bit more out of the engine without the OPF, so for the US version. The target behind the development was basically to keep the boost up to the red line, because you saw that on the stock dyno, it's kind of restricted above 5,000 RPM. So we changed that, so basically the car is pushing like crazy until red line.
Let's get the thing on the road and do a stock GTS Black comparison and see how it behaves. Okay guys, so as you can see, we're sitting in the M2 competition and we're on the road. I set the car back to stock settings, and Dani, you drove the car for a few days already with tuning and without. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about the car in stock, how it behaves, where it performs quite good and where it's maybe missing a little bit.
So the car feels great overall, but there is one thing I dislike a little bit. Basically the power drops off after 5,000 RPM, and that is basically what we saw on the dyno as well, that it's kind of restricted above 5,000 RPM, and that was also the main target in the development process, to get rid of that, so the car keeps pushing until red line.
Yeah, absolutely. And I totally agree. It's always, if you have a powerful car but it still feels restricted, like it could do more if it were allowed to, you tend to be a little bit unhappy because you just notice the engine is not unleashing its full potential.
Yeah, and the S55 is a high rev engine, so there should be a way to rev it, right? Because you can rev it like until 7.5 RPM.
Yeah, so well, I would say let's set the GTS Black to max setting right away, and see how it performs with GTS Black.
Achso?
Ja.
Wie sich festhält. We designed the tune like it starts at around 2,800 RPM, around that area, where you basically need the power, and keeps until red line. That is how we design it, and basically you can feel that. I mean, you drove the car as well, right?
Yeah.
So you can feel the car needs or wants to have the high rev.
Absolutely.
So it's like,
because as you said, it's a high performance sports engine and you want to rev it, and in stock, I mean, you were able to rev it, no question, but still it didn't perform as it should above 5,000. And now it does.
Yeah. So I think we did a great job during the development process to make it a high rev engine like it should be. is stock besides the RaceChip GTS Black, and we are running winter tires and winter rims of course. So I expect some slight improvements with summer tires and summer rims of course.
唔該晒德國嗰邊嘅同事有講解，嚟緊咧仲有好多唔同嘅車嘅 tuning 嘅過程嘅，咁大家記得留意啦。拜。